Plays Sting the Ring with Tamworth's FA Cup glory hunters.
He tipped us to get hammered up at Hartlepool and spurred the boys on a little bit, so we owe him one.
And win round of the FA Cup. We were discussing on this show Tamworth's chances of beating Hartlepool. And old Nostradamus here excelled himself as usual.
I think Tamworth will definitely lose at Hartlepool.
You're not going to be very popular in Tamworth. Well, Tamworth, of course, provided one of the upsets of the round to secure a Staffordshire derby away at Stoke on Saturday. Now, they play a game after training at Tamworth called Sting the Ring. You can probably guess what that's all about. And they were desperate to get Gary involved. Well, today, we went along to see if they could manage the equivalent of hitting a cow's arse with a banjo.
Well, here we are at the home of Tamworth FC, and 2 days before their FA Cup fourth round tie against Stoke, they've chosen to train by taking pot shots at Gary Newbon's fat arse. Fair play to them. The crowds have turned out in... Well, no, the crowds haven't turned out at all, to be honest. And all we're waiting for now before we can start the action is the man himself.
Listen, I've seen the conference table I was looking at this morning.
Right then, Mark. Gary's waiting in the goal. Just line up your strikers. Who have you got taking the shots for us today?
I've got Matty Redmire, strikes a mean ball. Graham Ward strikes a good free kick. Steve Melton, Scott Rickards, and obviously myself, so I've got the cannonball, which hurts.
Right, I might turn round.
Obviously, there's a bit of revenge to be taken on Gary here, isn't there?
Yeah, obviously he tipped us to get hammered up at Hartlepool and was telling everyone to get the money on Hartlepool. And that spurred the boys on a little bit, so we owe him one.
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Can I kick it?
Oh, you bastards!
Can I kick it? Can I kick it? I'm gone. Then do so.
From my view, Gary, that was about 10 shots and nobody hit you.
No, you can see why they're near the bottom of the conference and why they got no chance against Stoke.
Couldn't hit a cow's arse with a banjo, could you?
We're going to save it for Saturday, hopefully. We're saving them.
I'm worried about your shooting, the team shooting.
I know, so am I.
I didn't get a hit.
I know. But I think they felt a little bit sorry for you, I guess.
Can I kick it?
You can.
Oh my God, I can't believe that, Gary. You beat the Tamworth players. I mean, what hope have they got on the weekend if they can't even hit you?
Well, actually, they've only got 16 goals in 22 conference matches this season, so that probably tells the story. But I tell you what, one of the officials told me it is the first time in Sting the Ring they've got all the balls in the net every time, so at least I've helped them improve a bit.
One of them missed from 2 yards as well. Shocking. Well, we'll have our fingers crossed for them. They're playing Stoke, another team you'll know well.
Yes,
You're probably not the biggest supporter of them, but they're not doing too well at the moment. How do you think they'll fare against Tamworth?
Well, I think Stoke are going to be the favourites, that's for sure. I think any team now what's favourites has got to keep their eye on these low division teams, that's for sure. I don't think it's it's an easy game for them. I think Tamworth are going to come out there and really try their best. What happens is people are going to try that hard. They're either going to play brilliant or they're going to be terrible.
Interesting for us spectators, though, isn't
it?
Yeah. But Steve, the big glamour tie of the weekend, Burton FA Cup upset edition. Let's see where the monkey's putting its money this week.
Monkey magic, monkey magic, monkey magic, monkey magic.
The choices this week. In ball number 1, it's Tamworth to draw with Stoke. In ball number 2, it's Reading to beat West Brom. And in ball number 3, it's Leicester to beat Spurs. So, has our monkey returned from his festive break refreshed? Or has he, like me, enjoyed more stuffing in the last few days than most taxidermists do in a lifetime? Not a bad crowd in. Oh, not allowed to bring your own food in though, fellas. Toto the chimp eagerly awaiting the result as well. Don't judge us until after Christmas is what the managers say. Well, our monkey is 5-2 up for the series so far. Let's see if he can extend that lead. Here he comes. Is that a 3? Looks like it, but no, that's not our monkey. Here comes Gentleman Jim, straight to number 1. That's Tamworth to draw with Stoke. Let's hope it's not a mere catastrophe. Oh, Toto's going nuts. And that outburst could just earn the big fella a touchline ban. Controversy here at Drayton Manor.
So here's where the money's going this week. The monkey, as you've seen, fancies Tamworth to get a result at Stoke at 4-1. Steve, who's got a 100% correct prediction record so far, fancies West Brom to put Reading in their place at 11-10. And Phil reckons his Port Vale will put 180, or at least a couple of goals, past Doncaster at 5-4. So